right, if you're in the world of fiber optic networks, you already know the real challenge isn't just putting cable in the ground. It's keeping track of everything once it's there. I mean, how do you get every single person, your technicians, your planners, your engineers, all working from the same page? Well, today we're going to look at a platform that's built to do just that. So let me ask you a question, and I want you to really think about this. Where is your most critical network information right now? I'm talking about everything, every cable, every single splice closure, every terminal port. Where is that master blueprint? For a lot of folks, the answer is, well, it's kind of all over the place. Is it maybe tucked away on a single desktop in the office? You know the one I'm talking about. That's super common. And sure, it's probably secure, but it's totally useless for the crews out in the field who are the ones that actually need to see it. Or, hey, maybe it's the complete opposite. Is your single source of truth actually a bunch of printed out diagrams rolled up in the back of a service truck? We've all seen it. The problem is, those things are basically out of date the second they leave the printer. And good luck trying to update them. Yeah, neither of those options are great, are they? Both lead to gaps, delays, and just plain old mistakes. So the goal has to be to bring it all together. And this really gets to the heart of the problem. It's not really a tech issue, it's a communication issue. It's this massive disconnect between what's planned in the office and what's actually happening out in the field. Think about it like this. You've got your office teams who have all the design data, right? But they don't have that real-world context. Then you've got your field crews. They see exactly what's on the pole or inside the conduit, but they have no easy way to update the master plan. And when those two worlds don't talk to each other, that's when you get project delays, expensive mistakes, like digging in the wrong spot, and you end up with an as-built record that's just wrong. And that'll come back to bite you later. So, the big question is, how do you fix that? How do you bridge that gap? Well, the answer is creating one single central place for everything network-related. A place that anyone can get to, from anywhere. And that's where Zonedge Web comes in. Now, it's really important to understand this isn't just a fancy map viewer. Think of it more like a living, breathing platform for your entire network. It means that literally anyone on your team, I don't care if they're at a desk or in a bucket truck, can securely pull up the network plans, add their own notes, and even make changes all from a simple web browser. And this is where it gets really powerful. It's not just about looking at data, it's about doing things with it. You can securely share a specific part of your network with contractors. You can search for one particular splice closure and pull up its entire history. You can even do some pretty advanced stuff, like tracing a fiber to figure out where an outage is, or check an OTDR, that's an optical time domain reflectometer, distance to find a fault. And the best part? You can do all of this without any clunky, specialized desktop software. Okay, but the real magic, the real game changer, is how it closes that gap we were just talking about. It's all about making real-time collaboration between the office and the field, not just possible, but easy. I love this quote. It really nails it. It's all about flipping the script, right? It's about empowering the people who are actually out there, on the ground, to be your best source of information. That way, the master plan is always matching up with what's really happening. Okay, let's walk through a real-world example. Say one of your techs finds a damaged splice closure. Right there, on their tablet, they drop a pin on the map at the exact spot. They snap a quick photo of the damage, type in a note, something like water getting in, and hit send. Boom. Instantly, the engineering team back in the office sees that pin pop up on their map with the photo and the note. That whole communication loop just closed in a matter of seconds, not days or weeks. So it's not just for random observations. The platform has these purpose-built modules that are designed to streamline some really specific, really important jobs. This is where it gets super practical for day-to-day work. Take construction, for example. For those crews, this is a total game changer. As they're literally burying conduit or lashing fiber to a pole, they can update the map right then and there. What does that mean for you? It means your as-built record is dead-on accurate from the very beginning. No more going back and trying to figure out what happened weeks later. And what about permits? We all know what a nightmare that can be. This module tackles that head-on. So instead of drowning in spreadsheets, every permit, its status, its documents, is tied right to its location on the map. Everyone who needs to see it can see it. It even helps with safety and compliance. Before a job even kicks off, teams can hop on the platform and figure out all the signage they're going to need for that site. It just helps make sure everything's done by the book. And check this out. This one hits the bottom line directly. Imagine your sales team or your customer service reps. They can pull up any address and in seconds see if service is available. Think about how much faster that makes signing up a new customer.
It's huge.
All right, so when you put all of this together, what's the big takeaway? What's the real value here? Why does having everything in one place actually matter so much? Well, it really comes down to this positive feedback loop. It starts with accuracy. Your data becomes incredibly accurate because it's being updated from the field in real time. And when your data's that good, it leads to way better collaboration because everyone is literally on the same page, looking at the same map. And when collaboration is that smooth, your operations just get faster and more efficient. All that friction that slows things down just disappears. It's the power of having one source of truth. And this tagline here really sums it all up. Design, operate, innovate. See, when your data is solid and your teams are all connected, you stop just managing your network. You start to design it better, operate it smarter, and that frees you up to actually innovate and create new things for your customers. So I'll just leave you with this one last question to think about. What could your team really accomplish if everyone, and I mean everyone, from the person planning in the office to the tech standing next to a pedestal, had instant access to one single, accurate, living picture of your entire network? What would that unlock for you?